Hey everyone, so I'm back with my hopefully last how-to video on how I've been making stuff over the past several weeks. Due to technical difficulties, I didn't do the tutorials, but I did want to share with you how I did it. I know sometimes it's not easy reading the description, which is on my blog, by the way. So I thought I'd just do some quick videos just to show you what I used, how I did it, and so on. So this was a happy birthday card I made for my mom, and I used 3 stamp sets. So I used the Stampin' Up! 5th Avenue Floral. I don't know if you can see the title there. And from that I used 2 flowers, the large and one of the small, the rose. I love this rose. So I did embossing instead of stamping with black ink. So what I did was, with my Versamark and my black Stampin' Up! Embossing powder, I stamped the images. I had no leaves and I really wanted some green on this flower, so I took this stamp set. This one is Because I Care, and I stamped the leaves from this one here over and over and over, and got these beautiful leaves to go with the flowers. And I wanted to do kind of a watercolor effect. That's the reason why I did the embossing, so that the black wouldn't run in any way, shape, or form. So for the rose, my mom's favorite color is purple, and I even snuck in a purple one there. But that's her favorite color, so I wanted to do the rose purple, and I tried 3 or 4 different purples that I had, and I wanted to do a watercolor effect with ink. So all I did was put the ink on my Tim Holtz craft sheet, and then I took my favorite watercolor brush here. I love this one. And I don't spray the water on the ink. What I do is I put the ink on, I will show you very quickly here. So what I do is I just take the block and I would stamp it here like that, and then all I do is I take my water and spray to the side, lightly water down my brush, and then I pick up the ink. I find it gets way too the ink gets too diluted if I spray directly onto the ink. So that's what I do. Personally, I've seen other people do it where they spray on the ink, but I like it when it's to the side and I just pick up as much of it as I can. And that way I can control it as well, because I do lighter on the outside, darker around the centers, as you can see, and I get a nice blend here. So for the purple, that purple was, I could not get the right purple. I tried from Stampin' Up! I tried Rich Razzleberry, Perfect Plum, Elegant Eggplant. I tried Tim Holtz Seedless Preserves. Nothing was giving me the color I wanted for this card, and I did save those roses because I did like them. They just didn't go well with what I was going for here. So I pulled out my Distress Spray Stain, and I sprayed it on the mat, and like I showed you, just picked up some water on the brush and then used this one. It's called Wilted Violet, and it's gorgeous. It's so vibrant. It's the perfect purple for this card, in my opinion, with the black and white. So I wanted something vibrant. So as you can see, I did some light in some areas, and then I did some darker. And then for the pink, I used Tim Holtz Distress Ink Picked Raspberry. And for the leaves, I did Mowed Lawn, Mowed Lawn, one of my favorite greens I've ever used. And I don't know if you can see very clearly, but I did the same with the leaves as I did with the flowers, dark in some areas and light in some. So that technique for me works really well for that, because it gives me the ability to control the dark versus the light, the medium, all that. So these are the 3 colors I used for that. And then for the centers, I did use, I almost forgot, the mustard seed from that collection. I love distress inks. I've said before in other videos, I absolutely love them. The colors, the richness of them. I love to shade with them, paint with them, everything. They're so versatile. So I got my flowers done, and then I cut out strips these are basic black on white, just plain white cardstock. So I cut out 4 strips, and then I wanted something extra. And I was watching a tutorial from another YouTuber. Her name is Nika, I believe is how you pronounce it, Nika, and her channel is Nika in Wonderland. And I'm gonna link the video in the description below this one, so you can see her, I believe it was art journal page that she did with purples, blacks, and whites and stuff, and she added some gold, and I love the gold effect. So I took it's very messy, you can see all the splatters of ink on here. It's Zig Painty Gold and Silver, so you can see I have silver on one tip and gold on the other. It's an oil-based paint marker, and it marks beautifully. It actually is a very sturdy pen, so you could write with it if you wanted to, but I just wanted the stripes and to encircle the tag. So I used that for some touch-ups, and I really love that gold. So I made the tag using my large circled Spellbinders die. Forgot to grab that one. So it's this one here. So I just took it one of the rings and made my tag, and then I embossed it as well with this stamp set, Elegant Greetings by Stampin' Up. It's the happy birthday one I used, clearly, for that one. So I wanted some extra gold. When I started putting the card together, I really wanted some extra gold. And Stampin' Up has these gorgeous, huge rolls of, I don't work for them or anything, by the way. I'm just a fan of their products. Same goes for Tim Holtz, fan of his products, but I don't work with them. Stampin' Up they're for me personally, one of the best priced ribbon makers, because they give you so much and it's not very expensive in my opinion. So this is their gold elastic, I call it twine, but it's actually cord, elastic cord. And I added that, and then decided I wanted a little bit of a bow here to go with that as well. So I did that. And then I had the urge to splatter. So I took out my Liquid-X, it's heavy body titanium white acrylic paint, and I splattered, as you can see, splattered it all over. So then for the inside, I didn't want to splatter the inside, but I did want to splatter the flower. So I did the same thing, the flower and the leaves for this one. And I used the Thinking of You on this special day in a warm, very warm and loving way. And this also belongs to Elegant Greetings. So I don't know if you can even get these stamp sets anymore. I know for me personally, I'm new to this area, so I haven't come into contact with anybody that scraps stamps, card makes, or anything in the town that I'm in now. But the town that I used to live in, a lot of Stampin' Up friends and stuff, so sometimes you swap, you trade out or you buy from each other stamps. And there was a woman who had a scrapbooking store, little store in her home, and she used to do these wonderful garage sales. And I used to be able to buy other people's used, lightly used crafting products and stuff like that. So if you can find something like that, you might be able to find some of these stamp sets still. I don't know, but it's worth a try to look around. I know in some places when they have garage sales, if people are selling scrapbooking or card making supplies, they actually put it in their ad and stuff like that. So it's good to look around, because I love these sets. They're old and very old, but I love them and I still use them, as you can see. So anyhow, that is my card, happy birthday card for my mom, and I hope you like it, and I hope it inspired you to try something for yourself or for a gift for somebody else. As always, if you're liking my videos, please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back soon with some actual tutorials. I have an art journal page coming out this week, my very first art journal page that's coming out this week, and I also have Eyelet Outlet Thursday Thursdays is tomorrow, so I'll have a tutorial for those cards tomorrow as well. So hopefully I'll see you all back here then, and have a great day, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.